What's up, white people? There's a lot of fucking white people here, and I love it. We are ruining the world, and that's what I like about it. Donald Trump is taking over. Now, look, I don't give a fuck about Donald Trump. They asked him, he goes, there's only two sexes, men and women. And I was like, which fucking one are you? Shut the fuck up. I didn't like Joe Biden either. Joe Biden always looked like he was walking into the wrong room. He was just like, is there a party for me in here? Also, if Joe Biden got assassinated, would he even know it? That's how fucking stupid he was. Didn't Joe Biden get assassinated? No, he's still talking up there. I grew up in the 80s. I'm an 80s kid. Love the 80s were cool. You could really compliment women correctly on the street. Like if you saw women with big titties, you go, nice titties. And she would go, thank you. Fucking simple, man. Simple. Now, I was at, a coffee shop that I saw a woman with big titties. And she turned around and she goes, what are you looking at? And I had to think real fast. I was like, is that a Kate Spade purse? Let's go to the South Coast Plaza and just talk. I don't know. Like in the 80s with women, you could have sex with them on a Tuesday, like in a field, and just say, I'll meet you in the field with some Tanqueray gin. And they would be like, thank you. As you get older, people start having views about who you are. They had like a reputation. Mine is like, I'm insane. Fine. People have said that. I lend money to people and I don't get the money ever back. I wish I had a reputation of giving women orgasms 65% of the time. That would be good. I never seem to get that. Never ask a woman if you're in a relationship and you turn, like I was in a relationship for like a long time. 5 years in, I was like, hey, have you ever had a orgasm? And she looked at me, she goes, absolutely not. And my response was, let's go to Olive Garden. That's all I could think of. I was like, what the fuck? Think of something, John. Think of something. I've had a couple tragedies. I've gone through some anxiety, and my parents died. And, my friend calls me, he goes, John, you're just having a midlife crisis. And I'm like, I'm glad you think I'm going to live to 126. But my dad died, and if anybody's had a dad that you didn't get along with, that was my dad. So I had trouble when he died to cry. My brother goes, you haven't cried for your dad once. But then I was at a gas station filling up, and I started bawling. I heard a Bob Dylan song, and I just started bawling. And this gas station attendant ran out and goes, sir, don't worry, gas prices are going to go down. I was like, how about some free Pringles? My mom was different, though. I look like my mom, and I also look like Jamie Lee Curtis, which I think... I don't have her titties, but, I wish I did, sir. I wish I did. So one more motherfucker says I look like Jamie Lee Curtis. I just want to say thank you. Thank you. My mom was cool toward the end of her life because she started taking edibles. And she was like 90 taking edibles, which was a trip. She took some edibles once and we went and saw that Top Gun Maverick movie. And she started shaking next to me. And she leaned over to me and she goes, what the fuck is this movie about? She's shaking. And then she gets up and screams and goes, can Tom Cruise please fly that jet into the Scientology building and end the fucking movie? And then I carried her out like a panda and we got free tickets. Yeah, I missed her. When she got high, though, she was cool because she didn't like put down what I was doing with my family. She was just like anybody else that you would talk to. Like a friend. She got so high once and she looked at me and she goes, did you have a good childhood? And I was like, I'm going to be honest this time. I was like, absolutely fucking not. I had a horrible childhood. And she had a joint in her hand and waited 30 seconds and went, "Word." I was like, what the fuck? And then she goes, "Make me a peanut butter jelly sandwich and shut the fuck up." I was in the Air Force. Yeah, that was interesting. You don't need applause for that. I was horrible. I remember I would not, when I was in basic training, I did not want to shoot an M16, and they go, "You cannot graduate without shooting an M16." So they sent me to a psychiatrist. And I had never been to a psychiatrist before. I was like 20. And they were like, "You can't graduate. But let me give you the scenario." The psychiatrist goes, "If your family was being raped and tortured, then would you use the M16? And I'm like, "It depends on who it is in my family." So, I don't know. Some of them deserve to be dead. Do I graduate? You know, the bombing of Iraq is very important to me because this is why I don't like Joe Biden. I hate him. This motherfucker, man. He sent all these troops. You know, I got out a little before 9/11, but my mom was worried because I served in the Middle East. And my mom didn't know how bad it was. She goes, "What are we doing? Bombing Iraq, what's that like?" And I said, I'll give you an example. It's like if we went to war with San Bernardino. You could bomb San Bernardino for 100 years. It's still going to be San Bernardino. There's going to be one in and out off the 215 and a crackhead selling an iPhone 9. That's it, Mom. That's it. I grew up in San Francisco and really in the projects. I know there's a lot of white people here tonight, so they were black. I mean, they were pimps in my neighborhood. And I didn't know what a pimp was until I found out how much money he made. And I said, if my mom could get a job with this motherfucker, we can move out of this shitty neighborhood. Serious. I was like, we can leave. You just got to sell your ass, Mom. Get out there. Do something. Do something with your life. Your little kid is scared. One thing, Michael Jackson used to come to our neighborhood and do free concerts. That was fucking amazing. And so I got obsessed with Michael Jackson. And my mom goes, you know, she was like talking to me before I went to bed. She goes, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I said, "I want to be Michael Jackson." And the weird thing is he grew up and became me. Some asshole yelled out, "You mean a pedophile?" Shut the fuck up. No, white dummy. You know what I love about women? Truly, a woman will believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. That shit is fucking scary. You ever ask a guy, "Hey, do you believe in me?" They go, "Are you going to kill yourself?" Shut up and watch the Laker game, motherfucker. That's one thing I love about women. And women will give you a chance even if you work at Target. They will tell their girlfriend, "I'm going to give him 6 fucking months to get another fucking job. And then I'm going to walk. But I'm going to give him a chance." Guys aren't like that. Guys are just so fucking superficial. Like, I have a neighbor. He's cheated on his wife. He's like in my age. He's like 58. And he goes, "You know, I'm thinking about getting a younger wife." And I'm like, "Dude, you haven't seen your penis in 30 years. Just torture your wife. Don't fucking screw around, you know? I just fucking hate that shit. Just get old and deal with your shit and stay with somebody for 30 fucking years. Here's how you know you're in a great relationship. If you're married for like 30 years and you go out to eat and the waiter comes over and goes, "Sir, what would you like to eat?" And you look at your wife and go, "Do I like spaghetti?" You're locked and loaded, man. That's you forever. Shut the fuck up and just look out your window. I think people my age have a problem with trans people, and it's kind of sick. I had a friend of mine call me who's like 62 years old. He goes, I was at a bar, and a trans woman picked me up, and I wanted to kill her. And I was like, what the fuck is your fucking problem? I go, did she say she was trans up front? And he goes, yeah, she did. I go, did you tell her you're 62 when you live with your mom? All right, guys, enjoy the rest of the show. Peace.
Hi, guys, I'm Ava Dawson. Hi. I just made this feel really fucking shitty. You guys are like, she's used to AA. Let's just say hi. Hi, I'm Ava. I hail from Baltimore. Y'all familiar? Yeah. Ew, it's just wiggers and poppers out there. Yeah, I came from out there, and I came out here, and everybody's a Wiccan. Everybody's got a crystal. They've got crystals for everything. One time I asked for Parmesan, and a bitch pulled out granite, and I was like, please. I hate that shit stuff, but... If I have crystals and they're in my bra, I'm smoking that shit. Smoking that shit. Scante way. Nah, you're all white. It's good, it's good. Yeah, meth, I love it, but, you know, you can't love it for long. Clearly. But that's a little bit about me. I had a lot of friends that they use the dating apps. They use the dating apps a lot. And, yeah, drink to that shit. Yeah, no. They always had fun little terms for, like, things that they would do when they would do those little ratchet endeavors. They would have, like, a little name they would call the trail they would leave behind, a hookup. They would call it their dishonorable discharge. Sounds sticky, huh? Not me, though, you know. It's really weird. And a lot of them, they dated a lot of older guys when we were in high school. And when I say older, I don't mean like 40s. I mean like 60s. And that's cool, you know. Put that toupee on my fupe. That's fat pussy for you skinny bitches. You can put it right there. It's better when they're bald, but, you know, they just don't fucking do it. Yeah. Right there. You don't even have to worry. This is just fun with words. Yeah. Yeah. I eat ass. Yeah. I'm a lover. A bottom feeder, if you will. Glug, glug. That's me. Put that in my obituary. I can't help it. I learned at an early age. We all do. It's about passion. I was an athlete. I was an athlete. And you know what I learned? You gotta keep playing till the field's wet. Grass tastes like pubes if you close your eyes. Get real imaginative.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying. And TikTok, you know, TikTok just wants to keep telling me weird shit. I think papaya and ass taste the same. You guys disagree? All right. Fucking eat some more ass. That's right. That's my brother. Okay. Fuck. Oh God. I always get tangled up in that ass hair. You know what I'm saying? Fucking all right. Nah, I'm a professional. I don't get tangled up. But yeah, no, I do that shit. But TikTok wants to keep telling me that, you know, I gotta get these parasites out of my gut. You guys should too. What the fuck? Don't awe me, bitch. your fucking gut biome might be weird too. Get it? But all right. Yeah, but they say you should eat papaya seeds to get rid of the parasites, which is kind of funny. How did that happen? Yeah. They don't tell you not to eat the seeds when you're eating ass, though. I just keep munching. Not everybody can afford good toilet paper. We can all point and laugh. But, yeah, no, yeah, but one time I found a Zyn down there, I just kept sucking. Reuse, recycle. They teach you that early, too. They do. Yeah. Everybody's got a really dumb love language. I surely do. It's kind of gay. Besides the ass eating, I'm a gift giver. I am. And the guy that I'm seeing right now, he's a big canned fish fella. Who can relate? Yeah. He's passionate about that. And, I get it. But I feel like I'm kind of silly because anytime I'm trying to fuck, I slide that man a can of sardines every time. Every time. It's a little caveman-y of me. It's kind of like, me want fuck. You want fish? Chaka chaka. It's in spring water. Because he's white. Latinos like that shit in tomato paste. Speaking of Latinos, I think the Antichrist is going to be a Mexican man. Yeah, when they take it got quiet as fuck. Can you guess the color of the room? Yeah, but when they take the red dye out of chamoy, that's when we know. That's when we know. But I hope it happens. I hope we all die in a fire. We all deserve it. We should all hold hands. That's good. That's good. I'm a woman of faith. Can I get an amen? Amen. That's cool. That was going nowhere. I just wanted to make you guys feel like monkeys, like God does. It's good. It's good. What the fuck? Yeah. That's good. I had a roommate. She always masturbated on the couch. You know he does. Yeah, but she always masturbated on the couch. And she also was a big fan of the Blue Talkies. Those two correlate. Yeah, no. So there was always a blue tint around our toilet seat. Yeah, I had to menstruate everywhere to tell her, bitch, I'm a fucking blood, bitch. All right, whatever. Bye.
Hell yeah. They said I can't do the Elon Musk salute with you guys. Don't want to get you guys rallied up. No, man, a little bit about me is I am Mexican. I know you guys can't tell from the quietness. You guys just stared at me. Yeah, right. It's all good. ICE doesn't even look my way. It sucks. I had one guy come up to me and said, hey, stop fucking around. Grab Jersey. Help us out. No, but I have Mexican roots in me, guys. And what that means is I've always had silver teeth since I was little. Root canals is what I mean. You know what I mean? I had silver teeth since I was 8. 10 cavities. That means all my teeth were silver. That means my breath has smelled like shit since I was 8. It's bad luck, Were we using one toothbrush? What the hell was going on? But I was a badass kid, dude. I had parent-teacher conferences every weekend. All right? Those are supposed to happen only once a year. Which sucks because it told my teacher told my parents, hey, it's not my fault your kid can't pass the 5th grade. He was true. All right. My dad just said, yeah, you're right. He's an idiot. And I saw her 15 years later, though. The same teacher in Target. I said, Miss Gomez, do you remember me? She goes, oh my gosh, shit breath? How are you? I gotta be honest, it felt good to be remembered. I'm not gonna lie. All right? You're never gonna forget a little Mexican boy with silver teeth, dude. Another Mexican root that I had in me is always getting hit as a kid. I mean, I used to get hit as a kid all the time. Any of your parents? There we go. One guy in the back used to get beat the shit out of, I guess. Dude, if your parents didn't hit you as a kid, they're pussies, all right? They didn't love you enough. My dad used to come home on a good day and say, drop your pants, son. I got a raise. I'm whipping your ass. Let's go. And my parents were really old school. They never wanted no women in the house. We were doing much worse. We were boning in their beds. And it sucked because we got caught by my brother. He told on everyone, all right? My brother brought in some weed, told on him. My parents were boning. He told on them. Came up to me. Get up, mom and dad are doing it. Come look. So I went to go look. And that's how I found out my dad has a little dick, guys. I don't know. My mom was screaming it out. Come on, stick that little thing in me. You got it. Yeah. Law enforcement. My grandpa was a ex-vet. Served this country. You know, anyone that's to serve this country is willing to beat their wife. All right, that's all I'm going to say. At his funeral there was a bunch of women, you know. And he never wanted me to get married. I told him, Grandpa, I think I'm going to get married. He's like, don't do it. Grab a prostitute. Look around here. Don't mess this thing up. And, at his funeral, he was not lying because there was one lady with one missing tooth. And I was like, oh, that's his wife right there. The one he punched. Oh, man. He was a good guy. Yeah. I brought my girl over and I had to tell her. Before they met, I said, hey, miss, make sure you tell him you're a prostitute. All right, you want to make it in this family, show some respect. But I live with her now, and it sucks. I got to be honest, living with someone. I wish they would have taught this in high school. I for sure would have been gay if they taught this in high school. Because at the point right now, guys, is I'm asking for her food. Because when I found out I should never lived with my girl, by her cooking. Yeah, as soon as I took a taste of her food, I fucked up. All right, majorly, because I'm at the point where I'm asking, is this cooked? And she goes, yeah. I said, no, it's overcooked. This is a Hot Pocket you're fucking. How are you messing things up? And it sucks now because you got to time things. You know what I mean? You got to time, I got to time when I can jerk off. It really sucks. And she got pissed at me the other day because she came home and I was jerking off to some older lady, okay? My girl is older, okay? I'm dating like a fucking fossil right now, all right? Every time she complains, it's just like this. So one time I came out and I was, doing my damn thing. And she comes and she goes, oh my gosh, you're really going to jerk off to an older lady? I said, all right, fine. I'll put your mom's picture back. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Thought it looked good. Guess not. Oh, man. Yeah, it's all good, though. Another thing is, you guys like festivals? Are you a festival fan? All right. I'm not a fan of festivals, only because I get afraid I'm going to need to take a big old dump. That's my only fear. And actually, you've seen festivals at these things now. They're really bad, guys. They're really bad. I went into an all-stall restroom. It was like two people, all right? One guy was bent over with his pants to the ground, and another one was doing blow in his ass like that. I walked in. I was like, hey, am I next? What's going on? I said, come on in. Close the door. So that was my first time being at a festival and first time doing blow out of a guy's ass. It was great. I'm not going to lie. No, I went to 2 Catholic schools. I was only touched at one. And I was the one that decided to stay at, It was great, growing up Catholic school. Because, I lost my virginity at sophomore year. You guys look like an 8th grade crowd. My bad. Sorry. Jesus Christ. No, but my first time losing my virginity, it was to this girl that was inexperienced. And I could really tell by how many fingers I was in. I was fisting her.
Oh, my God.
Gotta get it out. And she liked to get choked too, though. She loved to get choked. And I was telling her one time, I was like, God, man, I'm not really into this. She goes, choke me harder. I said, bitch, I'm trying to fucking kill you. What the hell's going on?
Oh my God.
What I'm trying to say is I hope someone's killed her right now. All right? Jesus. Yeah, there was a girl I used to work with at In-N-Out, man. And, you know, In-N-Out's a good spot, you know, when you're young and dumb. But, you know, I went up to this one girl and she never gave me the light of day, ever. Except one time, okay? She was probably drunk or something, I don't know. But she walked up to me, she goes, hey, Drew, I'm going to lower my standards. You want to go out? I said, hell yeah, let's do this. All right. You know, we went to the car. We did one little joint, okay? I hit it, she hit it. She starts freaking out. Okay, we smoked a little bit. And she goes, what did you do to this weed? I feel weird. And I go, nothing. She goes, you laced it, didn't you? I said, oh my God, all right, hold on. Let me put my pants back on. Because you ruined this. Now get out of my car. And she left, okay? She left. She went back to tell my manager, which was my best friend. Okay, my manager goes, hey, dude, what'd you do to Daisy? She's fucking blitz and fucked up. I said, dude, she tried to get me naked. You got to fire her right now. They ended up firing her, which sucks. I'm proud of that. Oh, man. No, that's it. I'm going to get out of here for you guys. You guys been a good crowd. Appreciate you guys. My name's Drew Martinez.
How you doing, white people? You guys feeling good? You guys all right? I've been going to a lot of pool parties this summer, and I've been seeing a lot of fat guys wear their shirts in the pool. What happened to my country, guys? What happened, dude? I hate that shit. Now my titties look big because you're hiding yours. You know what I mean? I look like a slut because you're modest. I hate it. Because, like, we all know. You know what I mean? I want to know who the first guy in history was that looked in front of a mirror with no shirt and was like, I can't let anybody find out about this. And it's always like a big white t-shirt. It's like, they look bigger, dude. It's like a wet t-shirt kind of. What are you doing? Get some color in there. What does he think is going to happen, the first guy that did that? You know what I mean? His friends are going to find out. He's afraid they're going to look at him like, you fucking lied to us, man. This whole time, you had them sweet, juicy things. I'm getting fat, though. I'm getting fat, like, and I know I'm getting fat because the other day I was walking down the stairs at work. You know when you get that little rhythm going down the stairs? And then my side titty clapped. I'm not talking about I felt it. It was audible, brother. You know what I mean? I heard it. And it was in the stairwell, so it was like... The poor girl walking down the stairs in front of me, she turned around, she looked back at me. We made eye contact. I was like, I farted. I don't... You know what, you think I was going to tell her that my titties were rolling their R's on the stairs? No, I could not do that. I could not bring myself to be like, it's my titties, you know what it is. You know how it goes, you know? I took the work harassment training recently at work. You know when you take it like on the computer? I feel like the training is more offensive than like actually harassing your coworkers. Like that it's you know what I mean? Like I took it and I clicked the first slide and you know they put you in these crazy situations and the first slide was like, your boss is a gay black man. How did they know? You know what I mean? I was like, all right, whatever. Okay. I clicked the next slide and I was like, you are also a gay black man. I was like, wait a minute, no, I'm not. What the fuck? And I clicked the next slide and it just showed a black guy like this. And I was like, I believed you. You know what I mean? You didn't need to make him do that. I took your word for it. You know what I mean? Can you imagine being that model and be like posing for pictures? Like, hey, what is this for? Like, it's some training shit. Bite your finger, yeah? He's like, all right. I was like, oh, so gay. Take the picture of it. And then it was like, A, Your boss, the gay black man, tells you he wants to have sex with your coworker, a straight Asian man. Do you A, go home and tell your girlfriend? And I was like, that's a good option, dude. I was like, dude, I would do that normally. I would go do that. You know what I mean? I would do that. But I'm a gay black man. And I don't have a girlfriend, dude. I mean, you thought you had me? Training? I know harassment when I see it. I was like, nah, I don't got a girl. I'm in character now. I'm dedicated to the bit. I was like, you know what I mean? I was like, do you B, tell your boss? And I was like, he knows? What the fuck? He's the one that told me, you know what I mean? Like, you want me to be like, do it, fuck it, you know what I mean? Like, do you see, tell your coworker? I was like, no, I want to see if he fucks him. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Why would I, you know what I mean? Why would I cock block? You know what I mean? I'm supporting the homies and black business. You know what I mean? What about D, keep that shit to yourself? You know what I mean? I feel like they never give you that option. Like, I would pretend I didn't see that. You know what I mean? What would you, why do I care about this? My Twitter got hacked recently, guys. I lost my Twitter, my ex. I lost it, you know? And I always assumed when my friends, you know, your friends will post like, oh, my Instagram got hacked, my Facebook got hacked, follow my new account. I always assume, I'm like, dude, this guy was watching porn crazy. Like, that's how you lost it. There's no way you lost it. No one's fucking logging into Scott's MySpace to take it, you know what I mean? I can now tell you after losing my Twitter, that's exactly what it was, guys. I was like, fucking porn, you got me. Porn on the phone is one of the worst things that's happened to America, to the world. I think so. Back in my day, you used to watch it on the family computer. There was something romantic about missing your aunt's 60th birthday to have the house to yourself. You know what I mean? There was something cool about it, man. There's something cool about saying you had homework. My mom was like, all right, I want to see it when you get back. You guys ever written an essay to watch porn that didn't exist? I wrote an essay for the entire agricultural history of the cherry in California. You know how crazy that is? I told my girl that story, and she was like, surely you only wrote one essay, right? I was like, babe, I did the entire Fruit of the Loom cornucopia. I did all of it. I did some vegetables. Did you know beans are legumes? Like, did you know that? There was some, I don't know, but like, having raw ass cheeks on the family computer chair is insane.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. You know what I mean? My mom does taxes here, dude. What the fuck is wrong with me? That's dog brain. You go full dog brain. You're not even thinking anymore. My dad applied for residency through this computer, dude. You know what I mean? Insane. Insane. I don't know, man. I remember the first time I saw cuck porn on accident when I was a kid. It's like seeing a ghost in a movie. Like no one tells anyone else about it. You know what I mean? You just see it and you're like, that didn't happen. You know, like that. I didn't see that. But I didn't know how the computer worked. I didn't really understand. You know, it was dial-up times. It'd be like, you got mail. And I'd be like, I got hard. You know what I mean? What are you talking about? And I remember, you know, I clicked the video. It was an incredibly hot chick. I was like, yes. And then the camera panned over and there was a very sad man in the corner. Looking directly at the camera. And I was like, oh my God, can he see me? Like, what the fuck? So I squatted down under the desk. Under the desk. I'm under the family computer desk with my ass cheeks in the air. Like that. How did my mom come home at that moment? That's worse than jacking off at the family computer church. Like, are you twerking under the family computer? What is wrong with you? It scarred me, dude. It scarred me, that thing. You know what I mean? It scarred me for forever. You know? It kept me away from porn for a solid 30 minutes. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna come back up there. And dude, even as an adult now, when I get a hotel with my girlfriend, there's always that cuck chair in the corner that's just there for no reason. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, desk chair, cuck chair, just in case. Dude, I get the fucking chair, I flip it around, I turn it back. I'm scared he might see me. You know what I mean? I'm scared he might come back. I've been waiting for you this whole time, brother. We're in El Salvador now, you know what I mean? Oh man, dude. That's crazy. You know, my mom, I wasn't allowed to have a MySpace back then. My mom would let me stay home and write essays for porn, but not MySpace. God forbid, right? I wasn't allowed to have a MySpace. But I had one, and my mom caught me on it once. And so she made me read my interest in bio out loud to her. And under interest, I had put fat chicks. When you're 12, that's the shit. You're like, dude, the boys are gonna love this. This is hilarious. And my mom looked at it, and she was like, say it out loud. What does it say? Yeah, it says fat chicks. She's like, what is it? Say it louder. It says fat chicks. I'll never forget, she looked at me and she goes, ¿Qué son fat chicks? I was like, Ma, you speak English. You know what the fuck? Ma, you know what the fuck fat chicks are. What are you talking about? And dude, she was so upset. She was so upset she started crying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you remember when your mom cries, it breaks your heart. She was crying. And she was like, she did the lip thing. She's like, when your father gets home, I'm going to tell him all the nasty shit you're into. Like, well, nasty shit is mean. You know what I mean? They have hearts. She's like, I'm going to tell him all the nasty shit you're into. My dad was a carpenter. So he, came home tired. 3 tall cans deep from the drive home. It's a real American dad right there, you know what I mean? They don't make them like that no more, dude. Dudes used to get drunk and drive home to their families, you know what I mean? Now they get drunk and crash, dude. What happened to my country? No. And he came inside, exhausted, He looked at my mom looked at him, and she was like, your son told the entire internet, all of them, that he likes fat chicks. I'll never forget the way he looked at her. He made eye contact. I remember he still had salt on his forehead from the sweat. He looked at her and he goes, yeah, me too. What the fuck? Like, this guy's killing it, dude. It's apples and trees, baby, me and him. I'm Cesar Reynoso, guys. That's my time. Thank you very much.
How are you guys feeling tonight? Feeling good? Can we get it good? Yes. I know you guys are good. You guys are white as hell. This is beautiful. This is the average credit score in here is 850. I think we're doing good in here. Now, I'm trying to spend more time with my family right now, which is kind of a problem because they're all into conspiracy theories, right? Like one of my cousins, she was like, I'm not going to vaccinate my kids because it gives them autism. And I was like, Debbie, you're homeschooling your kids. They're going to be autistic anyways, all right? You know what I mean? Like, no matter what you do, they're going to like Sonic. You know what I mean? I can't fix that, all right? I do think what's beautiful about autism is the way it transcends race. And what I mean by that is no matter what race an autistic guy is, he always somehow manages to find cargo shorts. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what, dude. Like, seeing that section in Target for them, it's got to be like seeing the briefcase open up in Pulp Fiction. You know what I mean? They're just like, oh my God, I have to wear these with a Zelda t-shirt. No, it's great. That's fun. No, I'm also like, I'm trying to be less of a hypocrite right now as well. That's kind of like my thing now. Like, I'm a hypocrite in like small ways, right? Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been at the Del Taco drive-thru at 1 a.m. and I see somebody else pulling behind me also to the Del Taco drive-thru at 1 a.m. and I turn around and I'm like, you fat fuck. Seriously, Del Taco at 1 a.m.? Yeah, can I get 27 snack tacos, please? No, I don't want to round up the change. Thank you. It's fun. I'm a hypocrite like that. And also another way I'm a hypocrite is like whenever a hot girl posts something political on Instagram, my immediate thought is like, hey, nobody follows you for this, okay? I'm here for the thirst traps, not your takes on immigration, all right? However, whenever a hot guy posts something political on Instagram, I'm like, wow, what a great guy. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, this guy's jacked and he hates Israel. You know what I mean? This guy should be the president. This is amazing. No, I think guys are stupid, to be honest. I think we get offended over stupid things, right? Like, I've never understood why guys get offended, like when a girl doesn't swallow after they suck their dick. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. Like, I had a girl one time, she was like, do you mind if I spit this out? And I was like, after I come, I don't even care that you're here right now, okay? You know what I mean? I'm not like, I'm sorry, like, after I come, like, a fucking hole could open up in the ground and swallow you. And I'm like, well, that's what happens. You never saw Austin Powers? You don't know? Like, after I come, you're really just kind of an audience member to whatever dumb thoughts I have after sex. You know what I mean? I'm like, Julius Caesar had epilepsy? She's like, yeah, can you give me a towel, please? I think the only thing I don't like is I don't like being lied to during sex. Like, I had a girl one time, she was like, I can feel it in my stomach. And I was like, you probably can't feel it in your pussy. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason. I'm just happy to be here. You know what I mean? There's no reason to... I have to forgive her, though. I've said some dumb things during sex. I was trying to indicate to a girl one time that I was going to slow down. So I went, hang on, I'm about to come. And she went, do you want to do it inside me? And I was like, oh boy, would I. That's like a real sentence that came out of my mouth. You know what I mean? That's a real sentence. In case you're wondering, nobody came, okay? Nobody came, and she was like, get the fuck out of my Toyota RAV4 right now. We're leaving this park and you're going home. That was kind of the end of that. No, I'm not fucking in cars anymore. I'm getting okay. So like I'm in my mid-20s now, which I know numerically does not sound that old, but I'm starting to exhibit the number one sign of aging in men, which is that I no longer get calls from military recruiters. Okay, I am no longer the first-round draft pick to die for Israel. Do you know what I mean? That they're not a fan. Okay, because they used to text me like an ex. You know what I mean? They'd be like, "Hey, Riley, how have things been since high school?" And I'd be like, "I don't know, Staff Sergeant Ramirez, better than Iraq." Do you know what I mean? Or Iran, or wherever we're going next. And like the thing with like war in the Middle East is like I treat it the way introverts treat parties. You know what I mean? Where it's like I don't want to go, but it's nice to be invited. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel. I don't know. I'm trying to spend, like I said, I'm hanging out with my dad more because I'm trying to spend time with my family. And I was hanging out with my dad the other day, and I realized recently he quit smoking and he switched to vaping. And honestly, I do respect him less as a man, okay? Call me old-fashioned, but something about me respects a man less when he smells like cotton candy. Do you know what I mean? To be honest, like, I don't even think you should be allowed to buy a vape if you're over the age of 35, okay? I don't ever want to hear a middle-aged man say the word geek bar, okay? If you have a retirement plan, that word should not come out of your mouth, okay? That's all. I don't know. It's like, when I see my dad, it's like, you're supposed to smell like American Spirit, blues, and hatred, not fucking guava ice, dude, all right? They are getting out of hand with the vape flavors, by the way. Because you know what I mean? They used to name them after real flavors, but now they're naming them after fucking concepts. Do you know what I mean? I bought a vape the other day called Midnight Barcelona. What the fuck is Midnight Barcelona, dude? What the fuck is that supposed to say? I felt like I was smoking a fucking Walt Whitman poem, dude. I was over here chiefing on the road less traveled, It's a rough one, dude. I do love the idea of going into a vape store and just being like, excuse me, can I get the Heart of Darkness, please? No, not the Paradise Lost. The Heart of Darkness. Yes, thank you. Thank you. It's nice. It's fun. No, I am kind of like a history nerd, right? I think one of my favorite historical facts is that this is a true story. In the year 1909, Hitler, Lenin, Stalin, and Trotsky all lived in Vienna at the same time, in the same part of Vienna, right? And I was like, that's crazy. How has nobody ever made a movie about that, And then it occurred to me that Hitler would have been about 18 at that time, which basically just makes that a Hitler coming-of-age story. You know what I mean? That's a hard sell. You know what I mean? Can you imagine Hitler, the Wonder Years, just saying coming-of-age dialogue? Just being like, someday I'm going to make it out to this town, guys. I'm going to do big things. I'll show them. I'm going to the big city, Berlin, I just can't imagine like that how that conversation would go. Just Hitler and his friend, and he's like, the only thing worse than being alone is being around people that make you feel all alone. I just can't. I don't know. It's a hard sell for me. It's a hard sell, man. I think also, another historical fact that I enjoy, since you guys love that last one, here's another one for you. Here's another one. This is also true. They wrote a script for a Forrest Gump 2, okay? And the main problem with that is they turned that script in on 9/10/2001. And I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the day after that, but it was a bit of a bummer, all right? It was a letdown for certain, okay? But the problem is the way that it affects Forrest Gump 2 is, if you remember, in Forrest Gump 1, he's like always narrowly related to major historical events that happen. So if they released Forrest Gump 2 after 9/11, there would have to be a scene where he's like, I met these Arabic fellas, and they said they was learning to fly. And they didn't say nothing about landing. It's fun. Oh, goodness me, my guys. I think, right now, right, like when I'm spending time with my family, I feel like all these things come up that I didn't know before. Like I met my sister's boyfriend the other day, right? And before I met him, she was like, just so you know, he has 5 concussions. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what is he, a fucking test dummy? Do you know what I mean? I was like, what is this guy doing? And she was like, no, he likes to fight. And I was like, he has 5 concussions. It sounds like he likes to lose. You know what I mean? Like, this guy fucking sucks, dude. Like, you know what I mean? If I was dating a girl with 5 DUIs, I wouldn't be like, yeah, she likes to drive, you know? It's not, I don't know. I'm a big fan of horror movies also. I went to Hollywood Horror Nights last year, and they have a section there that's called Monsters of Latin America. And I was like, what is that? Just a bunch of girls from San Bernardino? You know what I mean? Just running around flicking hot Cheeto dust at you as you walk through the maze. Rolling R's and words that don't have them, you know? Like, that shit was fucking scary. I'm like, yeah, it was scary. Why am I turned on right now? This is crazy. This is wild, dude. No, I think I think about the original Halloween a lot, right? So, like in the original Halloween, if you guys remember, Michael Myers canonically, when he goes to the mental asylum for killing his sister, he's 6 years old, and when he gets out, he's 21, and he immediately goes back to killing people. And I'm always like, you didn't even want to try pussy first? Do you know what I mean? You just want to go straight back to that bullshit, you know? I don't know. Just was like, Michael Myers is a tall, athletic dude who doesn't say much. He should be crushing on dating apps, okay? Instead, what is he doing? Cock blocking, all right? Everybody that tries to fuck in that movie, he's like, no, not today, all right? Not today. This is my movie, okay? No, that's fun. I think love languages are kind of stupid, to be honest. Like, I've never, like, this is the thing, is like, isn't it a weird coincidence how every guy's love language is physical touch and every girl's is gift giving? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like I don't need 5 love languages to tell you that all men care about is sex and all women are greedy whores. Do you know what I mean? I don't need 5 love. I don't need them, all right? Honestly, this is a bad thing of mine, but it's like, yeah, it's like every time now that a girl tells me her love language, she's really just kind of telling me what kind of whore she is. Do you know what I mean? It's like, all right, like, you know, like words of affirmation, needy whore, gift giving, greedy whore, physical touch, you're just a regular old whore. Do you know what I mean? That's just how that goes. You know, that's... I don't know. I'm a piece of shit, guys. I'm just up here like, am I a bad person? No, I am. Anyways, I am trying to be better, guys. I really am, right? I'm trying to, like, eat healthy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to, like, you know, work out. I'm going to the gym. But I also haven't cut out any of the piece of shit habits I have. You know what I mean? Like, the other day I did Google how many calories does cocaine have, you know? Because you got to know. You know what I mean? And the first search thing that came up, it said there's no calories in cocaine because there's nothing in cocaine that could give the human body energy. And I was like, okay, whoever wrote that has clearly never seen me in my room at 3 a.m. dry jacking it to Lois Griffin, all right? I don't know what it is about the yay, but it makes me a family guy, all right? All right, my name is Riley Adams, guys. Thank you.